What's up, guys? PPD here, and welcome to episode 65 of my road to Manchester City. And we're starting off this episode by completing an SBC, and that SBC is marquee matchups over here. Pretty easy one again this week. We had all the players in the club, which is very good. And this one required you to have a Japanese team, pretty much. And that was good because I've been holding on to Japanese league players for a long time. And initially, the reason I held on to them for so long was because I was expecting them to do a Japanese Player of the Year, but they didn't end up doing it, so I just held it anyways because I knew that at some point they'd do something with them. And what do you know, here comes marquee matchups, and we needed Japanese league players. We didn't need the silvers and yeah, just the silvers. I don't think they have any golds. We didn't need the silvers that I've been holding on to, which is a shame. But we did have a bunch of bronzes, which is good. And I still have a lot in the club that I need to sell. Well, actually, I can't sell them anymore. It's gone. But I do end up selling a bunch, as much as I can, because my trade pile got full, for 200 coins, which is nice because we get to empty out the club and also get some coins at the same time. But yeah, we completed all 4 of the challenges. And we're going to go ahead and open up the packs over here. Once again, the packs aren't that great. I honestly don't think any of the packs were worth over 13k, but I might be wrong on that. But yeah, overall, just not great packs. Pretty much just filling up our club with consumables because we don't really get anything of value in these packs, which is a shame because I don't think we've packed anything too big recently. I think the last good thing we packed was that Lukaku in the Elite reward, but we may have packed like an 84 or an 85 that's worth something. I'm not too sure, I forgot. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and open up these last 2 packs over here. This pack over here gives us a Monaco player, which we don't need anymore because we've completed the League 1 SBC. And by the way, Lacazette, I'm still yet to use him. I think I will be using him in the upcoming Daily Knockout Tournament for the MLS one, where the reward is a MLS, well, not an MLS kit, but you get a kit as a reward. And you need MLS players in there. I think I'm going to somehow hybridize a squad with Lacazette in there, which should be fun. And it shouldn't be too hard to do because of Alessandrini. But yeah, we went ahead and go take a look at our transfer list. I did go ahead and buy an informed Dembele for 158 right there. And this was the day before he got the upgrade. And I was expecting him to get an upgrade. And when he does get an upgrade, he was going to be 96 pace, which is obviously something people are going to look at and say, I got to have him. So I went ahead and bought it for 158. I listed him up for 185, I think, as you saw right there. And I think it does end up selling for that, so we make a nice little profit on that. We also went ahead and picked up more Alonsos. I got them for 1.5 and 1.6, which is less than what we bought the other ones for. And unfortunately, we're going to lose money on the Alonsos because while he did get himself downgraded, he didn't go as high as I was hoping for, and he ended up going for like 1.7, which means the ones that we bought for 2.5 we made a loss on, and the ones that we bought for 1.4 and 1.5 we made minimal profits. So we either broke even or lost a few coins, which is not too bad, but a little bit annoying. Also made some profit on the Tielemans that we bought for discard. They sold for 24k, which is nice. Also went ahead and picked up a few Draxlers, one to watch, and this was on a Saturday or Friday that I bought those. And on Sunday, I think, PSG had a game, and Draxler actually scored. So we're going to end up selling him, which is nice. But we're going to go ahead over here and jump into a game of FUT Champions. As you saw right there, we have already secured Elite for the month, which is obviously always going to be our goal. We're also 1 win away from Gold 3, which is what I will be stopping at because I told you guys if the packs from Gold 1 last week are bad, I'm not going to play all 40. I just can't be bothered. It's the last week of the month. I don't need to try hard. I already have Elite for the month. I'm not too comfortable with Bundesliga, La Liga teams, and if the rewards are going to be crap for Gold 1, then what's the point? But yeah, don't worry, I won't be doing this every week because then we're going to get gold for the month, which is obviously not what we want to do. I'm still going to be trying hard for 3 weeks each month. But for the last week, I think I'm just going to stop at gold 3 because it's just not worth the stress, especially when it's a scenario like this where I have to play a squad that I am not comfortable with. And not only that, it it did. That's not even a word. It did end up costing me a lot of coins buying this team. But we'll get more into that later on at the end of the episode. But yeah, we go into this game. We come across a decent side over here, and we scored the first goal of the game early on with Marco Reus. And Reus was actually one of these players that I was really looking forward to. Other than Aubameyang and Dembele, he was one of the cards I said he should be doing work in this team. He's got a really fast two other strikers up there with him, so he should be doing good. But he actually really frustrated me. I'm not too sure what it is about him, but look at this, by the way. Leno. He was very bad for me too. Him and Reus, I'm not too sure who pissed me off more. But what was that from Leno right there? But yeah, Reus, I'm not too sure if it was his work rates or what, but he just wasn't there for me. He didn't get in good positions. He messed up easy passes. He messed up easy shots. I just didn't really like him. And I was so close to replacing him, but I didn't really have another option at left wing. So that's why I did. And I said, you know what? It's just 18 wins. We'll get 18 wins and we'll stop. Whatever. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Reus. Dembele, on the other hand, really loved this card. I've used him in the past as a substitute. He's been good for me, and now that he has an upgrade, it's just even better. And I'm really excited for the future now of Dembele to see if he gets some more informs or not, because he's been on fire for Dortmund, and if he just keeps bagging himself informs, he's just going to get better and better, and it's going to be great because he will be one of the most useful subs that we're going to have that's untradeable, so we don't have to worry about selling him. I would try and find a way to fit him into a team, but I just love Walcott too much, and I just love the Premier League teams too much that I don't really think I'll be able to put Dembele into a team. But if there ever is like a requirement that restricts me from not using Premier League players, then I'll just throw Dembele in there because he was really good this time around. But yeah, over here, our opponent has a great chance to equalize the game right there. However, a poor finish right there by Griezmann, and we get away with not conceding. And not too long after that chance he had, I went ahead and did some substitutes over here. Took off Forsberg for Bellarabi, who's really fast and has high work rates. So I thought he could fit the role at center mid right there. Forsberg, by the way, he was very good for me. He scored a couple of goals in that center mid role. Really liked his finishing. Really liked the runs he made. So really happy I got that in my monthly rewards because he was pretty useful this time around. Gustavo, really solid in the midfield. Renato Sanchez, don't even have to say anything about him. Everybody knows he's just a monster in this game. And yeah, everybody else was pretty good. Liked Aubameyang. I thought he was going to be bad because in the past I've only been shredded by Aubameyang. I've never been good with him, but he was actually pretty decent this time around. My left back, Wendell, he was just bang average, really. The only reason I had him was because he was cheap and fast. But yeah, the defense, really solid, like Socrates, like Boateng. Leno, told you guys, wasn't a fan. And Piszczek, whatever the fuck his name is, he was pretty solid too, so not too bad of a team that we had. And as you see right there, we actually got a rage quit right there. So we get our 18th win. Dembele and Aubameyang get themselves man of the match. And we are officially done with our FUT Champions run on a Saturday, which was a very nice feeling because I got to sit down on Sunday, relax, not play FIFA, watch the Oscars, and watch one of my favorite actresses, Emma Stone, win the Best Actress Award, which was very nice. But yeah, like me having a time to relax on Sunday, it's just another reason why I'm going to be doing this from now on, where I just stop at 18 on the last week. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and sell off the team now. And we're actually going to lose a lot of money on the team. And it's only on like 4 players, which is kind of crazy. Imagine if I had bought a really expensive full starting 11. We would have lost incredible amounts of coins. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our transfer or our watch list again. I'm going to take a look at Aguero's price because I really want to buy him. And we're currently sitting at a very high coin total to where we could afford him. And right now you're probably saying 1 million is not high enough. But look at it again, we're at 1.8, and that is because we sold off a bunch of cards. We sold off Draxler, who we bought for 125 for 159. He scored a goal, sold him immediately. Depay, we bought him for like 30k or so, or 45k, I'm not too sure. He scored. and we sold him for 60k. Unfortunately, though, I sold Depay too early because not too long after I sold him, he scored a second goal and he went up even higher. So we could have made way more coins on Depay, but I sold too early, but it is what it is. And right there, we just lost a crap ton of coins on Aubameyang, Royce, and Boateng, and we lost over 100,000 coins, which is pretty bad. But when you think about it, we kind of made up for that by the time when we actually made money on the La Liga players and the Bundesliga players that we bought last week. We made over 100,000 coins on that, so that kind of covers the loss, but it's still pretty annoying. But to end off this episode, we're going to go ahead and complete the Cavani SBC that came out today, not too long ago. This card, it's pretty much like a first inform Cavani over here, and the reason we go ahead and do it is because it was just so cheap to do, and I said, you know what, an inform Cavani for 15,000 coins, which is pretty much what I spent for it, and a couple of packs, I think it's worth it. So we're going to give Cavani a shot in the upcoming MLS tournament. I think I'm going to bring him on as a sub at center mid, which probably isn't that great of an idea, but I don't really want him at striker because he's too slow. But hopefully at center mid he can do the job, and we'll try him out then. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and end off this episode by opening up the packs over here. These packs, once again, were terrible. I honestly thought they were going to be better packs for the reward. But unfortunately, I was mistaken about that. But that is going to conclude this episode of my road to Manchester City, guys. Next episode, we're going to go back into divisions with the City team. Hopefully, by then, we'll have the Aguero. I'm not too sure. I have to check for his price and find a good one. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Pipideed, and I'm out.